Okay, today is what? Today is Tuesday the 9th, 2025. September the 9th, 2025. Yesterday, I took 2 trades. Then I called it quits yesterday. So I had 2 wins. All right. Now I'm still working on my strategy. So this is my first month documenting my process, right, of me learning how to trade and becoming a profitable trader. So I took 2 trades yesterday, and you can look at my screen and you will see, you can look at my screen and you can see I'm here for, this was yesterday, Monday the 8th. I took 2 trades, I made $162. And this is on my Apex account. So I made $133 profit on one and $28.38 on another one. I risked under $100. I forgot exactly what my risk was on both of these, but they were under $100. How do I record my how much I risk to my risk to reward? So I'm still learning this online trading journal. So y'all gonna have to bear with me. I'm going to get it together though. So I feel like this whole month for like the next 30 days, I'm not really worried about profit. I'm just worried about being consistent, learning the software, and learning my platform, which is TradingView. Right? And then also really dialing in my trading strategy, because I don't have it truly dialed in yet. I use the 5 minute for the bigger time frame for myself, and I trade on the 15-second. But I feel like there's a gap in between of data that I'm not getting. So I'm thinking about using the 1 minute, which I'm going to, either I trade today, I got a lot of things to do, so I might not get a chance. But if I trade today, I use the 1 minute and 15-second. However, I might change out the 15-second and just trade the 1 minute. I'm still working on that, right? So I have to get the data in first and then analyze the data over the next 30 days or the next few weeks or whatever, along with some back testing before I make that decision. But I will. And let me see what else. So go to my chart. So this is my chart from yesterday. No, that's a 5 minute. All right. So not that one. This one here. I like to use these emoji faces to mark where I took a trade at. Also, too, on TradingView, if you look closely, like it's highlighted. This is a red arrow. So I took a sell here, and then I got out of the trade here. Right? You'll see a small blue arrow, and it's highlighted. That was the first trade. And the second trade was under this smiley face. There's a small red arrow here also. I took another sell, and I got out here where this small blue arrow is. If you can see it, I'll dial it in a little closer. So I don't remember on this first trade. This trade took place at 11:18. I don't know. I'm using micro contracts, and I can't remember exactly how many I placed, right? So it probably was maybe like 2-3 contracts, because it was under $100. That's all I'm risking right now is $100. But by the time I get into the trade and then I adjust my stop loss, I might be only risking like 50. So I have to get better with that too, as far as calculating how much I'm risking with the amount of contracts that I need to purchase before I get into the trade. So I got in here. If you can see, I got in here, and my stop loss was probably, I try to put my stop loss above my the purple line is the 200 EMA, and this is on a 15-second chart. So it was above here somewhere. So it's probably like a 1-to-1, maybe a 1 to 1.5, right? That I traded. It might have been, let's just say a 1-to-1 probably. So I got out early because I started to see the price was stalling. Right? And so I'm still a little gun shy about taking trades, but I'm working on any kind of fear of getting out and losing any kind of money, which that's going to take a little time, but I keep pushing myself. Even if I lose a trade, I tell myself, no, I'm not going to hesitate. I'm trying to get over procrastination in general in life, right? But also when it comes to the market, fear and hesitation, because you don't know what the trade is going to turn out to be truly. And then a lot of times you'll miss it, and then that'll be a very, very good trade, and then you'll be kicking yourself in the butt, you know. So getting over that fear is one of the main things that I'm putting into my journal, so that I can kill that. So that was probably like a 1-to-1. Then let's see if I can circle that for you guys. So right here, see if I can make that larger. All right. So this first circle is where I got in it. This second circle is where I got out of. And let's see, my stop loss most likely, I can't remember, but it was probably up around here. I'll just draw some silly design so you can see. It was probably about up in this area. And that was 23, the price was probably around about 23,850, something like that, I don't know. So that was the first trade. My second trade was here. All right, so here's the smiley face, and here's the red arrow. This is where I entered it. Now on this one, once I entered into the trade, I put this is called the long and short tool. I don't know the exact name, but either way, this kind of pinkish area is my stop loss. So I got in the trade where this black line is right here that separates the pink area from the bluish area. That's the area, I mean, that's the price where I got in at. About 23,860 is what it says, right? So, and you can see that on the right-hand side of the chart. So anyway, I get in about right here. Price went up a little bit, and normally, like I said, normally I put my stop loss just right above, a few ticks above the 200 EMA, which for me, I have purple, and this golden line is the 20 EMA. Now, my stop loss was a little high, right? It was a little too big. I didn't move it accordingly. That probably was out of fear, because in some other demo trades, I found myself, I got stopped out. But truthfully, I had to work on that too, because that's what's like, I think it was 11 points. Now let me see, I'm gonna go back. All right. So if I highlight over this long and short tool, stop loss was 11 points. So it was a risk reward 2.5 roughly. Maybe a little bit shorter, so let's say 2.25. That's pretty much where I got out of, right? But in hindsight, I really should have lowered it. I should have lowered my stop loss a little bit more, and it probably would have been around about, I'd say maybe probably about 6 points instead. So that's something I'm definitely going to keep working on. Not having my stop loss too big, because I feel like that's out of fear a lot of times. I don't want to have it too tight, because I know I need to give the market a little bit of room to breathe. But overall, I still want to make sure that I have my stop loss behind an area of resistance if I'm trading to the downside. So for me, I find a lot of times the 200 EMA, if it breaks below it, especially on a small time frame like the 15-second, it creates like a barrier and becomes another form of resistance. And if it breaks to the upside, it can become another barrier of support. So I look at that, and then I also look to the left to see if I see resistance, or support or resistance from previous price action. Then I'll draw a line there too. Like these 2 points, this would have been, matter of fact, 3. And I moved to the left a little more, this would have been 3. And I would have most likely seen that because that's how I trade. So that would have been resistance 2, and that lined up pretty much perfectly with the 200 EMA. So that would have been, for me, 2 forms of resistance. As long as I'm calm enough, I would have saw that, and I would have put my stop loss above that. So roughly around about 6 to 8 points is where it should have been at, not 11. And then I also would have had a better risk to reward. But 15 seconds does move kind of quick, and I'm still getting used to that. So that's all I have right now, but I'm going to keep you guys posted. I'm going to try to post all my trades. I know I'm not going to get a chance to post all my trades because I'm still getting better and getting used to editing. So I have to learn to edit a lot quicker. Like I said, I'm going to use this YouTube channel as a documentary for me to document my trades, and then just interact with people, other traders, other people who want to learn how to trade and who are learning how to trade. So I can also probably learn from them too, because I have a lot to learn, and I know still a lot to learn inside the market. So, all right, that's it.